Yeah, nothing.
Nothing but apologies.
Yeah.
Mom, do you see me right back there?
We did. We snuck into the bag. Yeah.
And welcome. My name is Casey Johnson, and I am the director of the Harley-Davidson Museum. I have to tell you, I am thrilled to be here today. Today is an exciting day for Harley-Davidson and the city of Milwaukee as we gather to break ground on the Harley-Davidson Museum. Harley-Davidson is extremely excited to be making this significant step forward in the development of our museum. Goals of the Harley-Davidson Museum is to create lifelong memories for visitors, and we hope we can create memories for you today. It's so wonderful that so many of you can be here today. Since is a reflection of the support that we have felt and appreciated, move towards a reality. Can you hear me now? So I'd like to begin by acknowledging some of our very special guests. First, several of the local and state leaders that have been working hand in hand with us. Governor Jim Doyle. Mayor Tom Barrett. Executive Scott Walker. And Jim Lakoviak, who represents this great district. We would also like to welcome the members of the Milwaukee Common Council and the Department of City Development, and we thank you for all your support. In addition, we welcome U.S. Congresswoman Gwen Moore. And Secretary of Commerce Mary Burke. We also welcome our guests from the Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce, the Menominee Valley Partners, and Visit Milwaukee. In addition, we have a number of past and present Harley-Davidson executives attending. And you'll hear more about those distinguished guests from our Chief Executive Officer, Jim Seymour, in just a few moments. Now, I think I've already said that this is a very exciting day for us. We have long dreamed of a place to showcase the legendary motorcycles, the passionate riders, and the unforgettable stories that have made Harley-Davidson famous around the world. At the end of the day, our museum is about stories. It's about the stories of all of the people of Harley-Davidson. And we wanted to have some of those people here with us today. Let me tell you about a few of them. We have with us Harley-Davidson dealers from Wisconsin, Illinois, and Michigan, including one of our longest-serving family-owned dealers, Kegel Harley-Davidson of Illinois, who has been selling our motorcycles since 1912. Woo! We also have with us many of our riders and enthusiasts, including representatives of several regional chapters of HOG, the Harley Owners Group. And we have multiple Harley-Davidson suppliers, including our longest-serving supplier, Modern Drop Forge in Illinois, which has been doing business with Harley-Davidson since 1916. In addition, we have several leaders from our unions, representing the United Steelworkers and the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers. And we have many of the longest tenured employees from our U.S. sites, spanning nearly 5 decades of service to our company. We also have with us today Andrew Hines, the youngest ever Powerade NHRA Pro Stock Motorcycle World Champion, and the first to win that championship on a Harley-Davidson. And we have with us many community leaders, representatives from other Milwaukee museums, and business leaders from the Menominee Valley. And finally, I'd like to welcome all the other Harley-Davidson employees, our fantastic museum partners, and all the other guests here today. Thank you for being part of this historic event. We will now hear from our Chief Executive Officer, Jim Ziemer, who will be followed by our other guest speakers in this order: Governor Doyle, Mayor Barrett, County Executive Walker, and Alderman Wickowiak. So now, please join me in welcoming Jim Ziemer.
Thanks, Stacy. And good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, this is an exciting afternoon. Let's act like it. Okay. This is an exciting day for all of us at Harley-Davidson. We've dreamed for a long time about building this museum. With 103 years and millions of motorcycles behind us, we've amassed a rich history. It is that history that will bring people to Milwaukee to further the bond with Harley-Davidson. Today's groundbreaking is the next big step in making our dream of a Harley-Davidson museum come true. And as we take part in this moment in Harley-Davidson's history, I'd like to recognize a group of attendees who played a special role in that history. First, I'd like to welcome our current chairman of the board, Jeff Bluestein and his wife Brenda. And then we have 2 former chairmen of the board, Rich Sterling and Vaughn Beals, who is here with his wife. See you, Eleanor. You have to stand up. And I'd also like to welcome former President John Davidson. I'd also like to note that 25 years ago this year, almost to this day, a team of 13 Harley-Davidson executives successfully executed a leveraged buyout Harley-Davidson from the then owner, American Machine and Foundry, AMF. We are fortunate to have several members of that team with us. In addition to Jeff and Vaughn, we welcome Harley-Davidson Vice President in Government Affairs, Tim Holter, Senior Vice President and Chief Styling Officer, Willie G. Davidson. and his wife Nancy. And I also want to introduce Dave Caruso. It's fitting that they all to be here today to help celebrate this latest chapter of Harley-Davidson's rich history. Then I'd also like to introduce my wife, Yvonne. We're not only thrilled to be at the groundbreaking for Harley-Davidson Museum today, we're just as thrilled that the ground we are breaking is right here in our hometown, Milwaukee. This is the right place to build the Harley-Davidson Museum. Milwaukee is a birthplace and our home. The Milwaukee community has treated us so well throughout the years. And it is an honor for us to help build and enhance the Milwaukee area as a premier destination. Once again, I am proud to share my excitement for today's groundbreaking and would like to thank you for your support. We're so happy to be right here on this site, in this neighborhood, beginning to build the Harley-Davidson Museum. And now, let's hear a few words from Governor Jim Gillette.
Jim, thank you very much for inviting me here today, and congratulations for the great moment that we are all here celebrating. You know, Jim's story is really a Harley-Davidson story, and it's a Milwaukee story. This is a man who started working at Harley, well, quite a number of years ago, on the line, growing up a couple of blocks from the plant, and has now risen to be the CEO. It's really about what this company is all about. And I want to congratulate you and all of the leaders of this company that you have recognized, and particularly all of the people that have worked over the years to make this fantastic bike that stands as the absolute symbol of quality throughout the world. You know, the story of Harley has had a few ups and downs, and when Jim talked about 25 years ago in the leveraged buyout, it wasn't so clear what was going to happen to this great company. And I tell this story over and over again because to me this company symbolizes above all else what we want to do here in Wisconsin. The decision was made to stay right here. And the decision was made by some very brave people who were introduced and others who did it, not to cut quality, not to trade off the name and make a cheap product, but in fact to take the name back to what it stands for, the absolute best bike made anywhere in the world. And obviously that commitment to quality has paid off. It has paid off in so many ways for the company and in so many ways for the state of Wisconsin. I brag about this company every place I go all over the world, and I've had a chance to travel with people from Harley in many countries in this country, in this world. And of course, it is what people know about Wisconsin, Harley-Davidson. What a brand. It's the only brand that people identify so much with that they tattoo it on a certain part of their anatomy. There's no other product in the world that happens with. But it is that commitment to quality that has demonstrated to the world who we are here in the state of Wisconsin. So we, throughout the state, owe Harley a tremendous debt and a tremendous expression of thanks for what you have done to promote this state everywhere in the world. And you have done, this company has done far more than that, things that people don't realize. The kind of charitable contributions and commitment to this community have been enormous. The commitment to helping kids get a decent education, and kids having decent recreational opportunities, and all kinds of other charitable work done in this community by Harley has been spectacular. But in addition, there are smaller and middle-sized manufacturers all over the state of Wisconsin who have made it because of Harley-Davidson. Harley-Davidson has been committed to keeping its supply chain to the greatest extent possible here in Wisconsin, supporting our smaller and middle-sized manufacturers. They not only have done that, they have reached out to those smaller and middle-sized manufacturers to help them develop, to become more productive in ways that they can be successful as well. So Harley's reputation, its resources, its sense of good business, its commitment to quality has spread throughout the state. I thank Harley-Davidson for being such a great, innovative, and fine corporate citizen. And today we are marking another major investment by Harley-Davidson in Milwaukee and in Wisconsin. I have no doubt that people are going to pour into this museum from every corner of the world. All Harley has to do, as we know, is say that it is their 102.5 anniversary. And there will be people that come from all over the world. But now they don't even have to wait for that 102nd or 103rd anniversary. They can come at any time to experience the incredible, rich history of this company. This will be a mecca for the greatest bike enthusiasts in the world. This museum will celebrate Wisconsin's commitment to quality manufacturing. To have this sitting here in the center of this city will demonstrate that in Wisconsin, we make things, and we make the best things you can find anywhere in the world. And Harley-Davidson leads the way. This corridor that extends from Miller Park to the lakefront is going to become an incredible economic engine for the region. And Harley-Davidson's commitment to this site is one that the entire state of Wisconsin will benefit from. So let me extend my incredible thanks on behalf of all the people of the state of Wisconsin to Harley-Davidson for their commitment to this state and the major commitment that we are marking today. And we all look forward to in the next couple of years to be able to visit one of the great museums in the world. This will be Wisconsin's Louvre, right here. Thank you all.
I'm here at the Mayor of Milwaukee, and I have to tell you, this is a great day for Harley-Davidson, and it is a great day for the city of Milwaukee. We couldn't be prouder. I want to thank you and your team for believing in this city, for investing in this city, and for putting this city on the world map. Harley-Davidson is something every citizen of the city of Milwaukee can be very proud of. Again, thank you very much for what you do. It's been a long time in the making, and actually my history with the Dream goes back further than most people who are here today. In 1976, I had the good fortune of going into Harley-Davidson and being hired to work on the line for the summer. It was a great job, I loved it, and I remember standing on the line thinking, someday we have to build a museum for this place. That's what I thought. The whole time I was making that. Someday maybe I can be there, I can be part of it. It took me 30 long years to live that dream, Jim, but I'm here today, and I'm proud to be part of it. So when I ran for mayor in 2004, I said I wanted to move on the Harley-Davidson Museum as quickly as we could. And I want the members of the Common Council who are here to stand up, because I want to thank them again publicly for their support. We thank the members of the council who recognize how important this is to this community, because it ties this community together. Look at where we are right now. You can go south here to the Latin border, one of the most exciting parts of our city as businesses grow almost on a daily basis. To downtown, where we're seeing more and more investment. Behind us, the third ward, the lakefront, lots of investment. What we are seeing here, and as you go west down the valley, down Canal Street, you are seeing companies, people, investment in the city of Milwaukee. People who recognize the value of this city and how important this city is, not only to this region, but to this state. And this project here is immensely important to this community. The economic impact of this museum will be some $37 million per year. We're going to have 500 people involved in the construction, another 90 employed permanently. We will have hundreds of thousands of people who will travel the trip to Milwaukee to come to this museum. They will come from hundreds of miles around, and they will be here to celebrate this great product. So again, on behalf of the citizens of the city of Milwaukee, I want to tell you how proud we are that this is Harley-Davidson's home. You've had a great run of a little over 100 years. In my mind, it's not even halftime yet. We're going to have another good 100+ years of this great company because it has been so great for this city and this state. Thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Mayor. I'm Scott Walker, the county executive, and it's great to be here. I didn't just pull this on for the photo op, I actually had it on all last week. We did, as some of you know, about a 1,577-mile trip across not only the state of Wisconsin, but 4 other states last week. We went to 35 different cities and 18 different dealerships. In fact, started, saw Shayla here earlier at the House of Harley-Davidson, and ended up on the last day over at Keagle's down in Rockford, having dinner or breakfast at the diner. So we saw it all throughout this great area. And the reason we picked Harley is to go on out to promote not just the city and this county, but this region. Well, the real reason was because it's a lot of fun. But the other reason I hopped on a road came along with a whole other group of great people who go all throughout this region was when we did each and every one of those 50 interviews with the media, whether it was in Duluth or Ironwood, Michigan, or over in Dubuque, Iowa, or down in Rockford, Illinois, everybody loved Harley. Everybody wanted to interview on a Harley because they know how exciting Harley-Davidson is, they know how authentic it is, and they know what an excellent product it is. We couldn't be more proud of that here in this region, not just this city and this county, but all throughout southeastern Wisconsin, to have Harley-Davidson headquartered right here, the best motorcycles in the world, right in our backyard. And I know from having rode in the parade a few years ago at the 100th anniversary and seeing all the excitement all throughout that week, if we can just harness an ounce of that excitement each and every day at this site here at this museum, we will be setting up Milwaukee for many, many more years of doing this. And I want to say thank you on behalf of all of us here in Milwaukee County and in this region. What a great debt of thanks we owe to all of you for making this vision possible. This will be a shrine to excellence, and we're glad to have it right here in our region.
Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. I'm Jim Warkowiak, the alderman of the 12th district in this area over here. And I can tell you that since I was a kid, we used to ride our bikes over the old viaduct here to come down. You remember when the sand and the salt piles were over here? And we used to go climb those piles, and one day we'd come home all full of salt and everything. Mom would say, "Where were you?" And say, "Oh, we're just down at the park playing baseball." So this is a very, very exciting day for me. This is in walking distance of my home. But I want to say, how do you follow? So we have the governor, the mayor, the county executive. How do you follow those three guys? So I'll tell you. Next week, we're sending out recall notices on all the bikes that the mayor helped assemble. We're going to check. I just want to say for myself personally, and from the constituents that I represent in the 12th district, that I want to thank Harley-Davidson from the bottom of my heart for their commitment to the city of Milwaukee and for their investment in this neighborhood. This is the fastest improving neighborhood in the city of Milwaukee. This is the crown jewel piece of property. I couldn't think of anyone better to occupy this space by Harley-Davidson because this is the #1 recognized brand in my mind in the entire world. This is not a great event in the state of Wisconsin today, the city of Milwaukee, Milwaukee County. This is a worldwide event. As some of the mayor and the governor said, you're going to have people coming from all over the world to visit this museum. I was fortunate enough to get a tour of a lot of the artifacts a few months ago that are going to be in this museum. It's a shame that a lot of that stuff has been behind closed doors for so long. But this is the right time. This is the right time to do it, and it's the right place to do it. So I just want to say thank you. The trickle-down effect from this in my neighborhood and near downtown is just going to be phenomenal. I think the numbers that you've heard quoted and estimated are far short of what the reality is going to be. Once this museum is up, there's going to be so much excitement. It's not going to have to be a special event that people come to Milwaukee to visit Harley-Davidson. They're going to come 365 days a year from any part of the world to come and visit this museum. And the city is going to benefit immensely from this. And in turn, Harley will be rewarded for their investment and their commitment to the city. So I want to say once again, thank you very much. Let's celebrate and let's party today.
Good afternoon. Harley-Davidson is blessed with great loyalty. And really, that's what allowed this to happen today. We're 103 years old, and we all participate with our customers in this great company's passion, motorcycling. And that is the reason why we have a fabulous collection, which includes the oldest Harley-Davidson on earth. And here today we give back to riders and non-riders who all have interest in Harley-Davidson. On this location, you're going to see great buildings going up over the next 2 years. And this museum says to all who remain with us through the ups and downs, thank you. Prominently displayed within a jewel of the complex will be our great bar and shield symbol. And as the riders approach, they'll be very excited to see this great complex as they ride in. And inside will be housed the most extensive collection of Harley-Davidsons in the history of the world. This is a very emotional day for me. My family, the Harley-Davidson family, my wife's here with me, my 3 children, and my brother. We're all sitting there in the front row. And this building and campus is really a tribute to all who stayed with us through the ups and downs and have contributed to our success. And Milwaukee will become even a more important destination, whether they come by motorcycle, car, or airplane, to experience the world's greatest and most famous motorcycle.
Billy, I think you've really helped bring the vision of the Harley-Davidson Museum to reality for all of us. Thank you. So at this point, I would like to ask 10 individuals representing the Harley-Davidson family to come up and take their positions on the motorcycles beside us. They will be part of our ceremony coming up in just a few minutes. But first, to add to Willie's comments, I'd like to tell you just a little bit more about the museum that we are building on this site. The Harley-Davidson Museum will be 130,000 square feet and will consist of 3 buildings. And you can see behind us here the outline of those 3 buildings in the orange tape. In addition to the museum exhibits, these buildings will house a retail store, a restaurant, a cafe, special events facilities, meeting space, and the Harley-Davidson Corporate Archives. And the museum won't just be great on the inside, it'll also be fantastic on the outside. We have a 20-acre site that will engage the surrounding water and green spaces and provide a place where visitors from down the street and around the world will meet to share experiences. Our museum will unite the city center and the Menominee Valley, really reflecting the industrial heritage of the area and of Harley-Davidson. So now, let's do what we came here to do. I think it's time to move some dirt. So I'd like to invite Jim Seymour, Willie G. Davidson, Governor Doyle, Mayor Barrett, County Executive Walker, and Alderman Wachowiak to the center area, please.
Pile of dirt. But they got a bigger pile. Ooh, the shiny flashes.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
This doesn't just feel right.
There's gotta be a different way to do this for Harley-Davidson. This is not Harley-Davidson.
We're gonna do it a Harley-Davidson way.
You know what? I think they're right. Let's do this Harley-Davidson style. Folks, start them up. And now, to help us take around the Harley-Davidson style. That was fantastic. I'm so excited. That was great. So today's been another great day in the evolving history of Harley-Davidson. We hope it's been as memorable for you as it's been for us. And to help you preserve the memory, please take the Bible that you were given on the way in, and I'd like to invite you to come up and scoop up some dirt as a memento of today's events. And then after that, we have music and refreshments in the back of the tent, so we hope you'll stay a while and mingle. Thank you so much for coming.
I'm packing up. Pretty exciting, huh?
It's glamorous. Isn't that what interns are for? Hi, kids. Oh, yeah, I think so. If it has autographs on it, that's his. Is that serial number 1 on the truck already?